Ready to go green here as pace car pulls on from Michigan International Speedway. 80 laps of racing as Denny Hamlin and Daniel Suarez will lead the field to the green flag. The stages are set: 15 laps in stage 1, 30 laps, double the length in stage 2, and then extra 5 in stage 3, 35 laps as we are underway here from Michigan down into turn 1. Denny Hamlin, who's been real hot this summer, leads the way into turn 1. Suarez with a bit of a slow start there, and up the inside goes Kurt Busch on the exit of turn 2, a driver that's already locked into the playoffs, and that's the only reason he's locked in is because of a win recently in Pocono there, Jay, as we see Kevin Harvick following through on the inside. And it's going to be interesting to see, Jay, what we expect is some pack racing style Daytona Talladega kind of racing here, as it does get close right there on the exit of turn 4.
I thought Blaney was going to dump Hamlin coming to end this first lap, but fortunately, it didn't happen right there. And Suarez, who had an awful start and was holding up the entire outside line, just got a huge run there at the turn 3 and 4 and is back up to third place. Gary Suarez is a driver who's been fumbling as of recent weeks. He needs to have, if not a win, a decent run here in Michigan and a decent run to those playoffs if he wants any chance of getting back into that playoff on the outside of Kyle Busch there. Larson as well on the outside of Suarez. Here goes Truex to the inside, creating 4 wide again. The 24 and the 8 up top get very close together, but they don't make contact. Still 4 wide into turn 1 number, Gary. These guys right now are just using every single lane possible, almost like it's Auto Club, which is usually something we don't see at Michigan.
Right now they are separated by about 37 points. Larson's into the side of Blaney on the exit of turn 2. That got a little bit hairy right there now, as Jay, that number 5, he seems to be on the move here in that HendrickCars.com Chevrolet. Not the preferred lane. It seems like you can make it work because you can get alongside, just as Keselowski's done. He's gotten alongside Denny Hamlin on the inside, leads the lap, but the question is, can you complete the pass on the inside? That seems to be already the difficult thing to do. But Jay, look at that. Keselowski's going to clear the FedEx Toyota Camry of Denny Hamlin, but that momentum on the outside right here might sway that back in the favor of the 11. No, it doesn't. Keselowski, that team's been heating up in this summer stretch, and all of a sudden he powers past that number 11 of Hamlin. As you can see there, and oh, contact again right there. Hamlin and Keselowski run into the side of each other. Jay, we're seeing out of turn 4, I mean, what a pass to begin with from the 11. Keselowski there to the inside of Hamlin. Oh my goodness, he gets into the left rear quarter panel. That eventually has to result in some form of crash, I'm sure.
That's happened 4 times, 3 or 4 times now, I believe, and so far they've gotten away with it every single time. But like you said, yeah, I agree. I think that's going to result in a crash at some point, and especially if it starts with the leaders, that might become a big crash, especially if it's a couple laps after a restart when everybody's going insanely wild behind them. But Keselowski...
Can Keselowski hang on here for the stage victory here? Elliott's trying to get up that inside. Suarez might put his nose up the inside. 3 wide for second, Jay. That's exactly what you want to see if you're Keselowski.
Down this back straightaway for the final time at stage number 1. Keselowski by himself has Blaney behind him, but Blaney does not go to that important inside lane. Now he does peek there a little bit, but still maybe too far away from Keselowski. Gary, off turn 4, Brad Keselowski is going to get a stage win, and this is important for him at least to get a bit of momentum, but obviously where Keselowski is almost 100 points down, not going to be close enough there on points to get into the playoffs. Just still needs a win.
Ross Chastain looking to the outside of that number 9 of Chase Elliott.
Here comes both Trackhouse cars actually running really well so far here in Michigan. And Chastain's going to use the momentum to his outside, try and stay behind Brad Keselowski. Chase Elliott's going to have the superior line through turn 1 and 2, though here. So is Suarez as well on that inside lane. You can see already Chase Elliott is making the move to the inside of Keselowski. Suarez is going to make the move to the inside of him, go 3 wide for the lead momentarily, but I'm not sure he's going to have the momentum down this back straightaway. He actually does, though. Stays 3 wide. Now it's actually falling back now for Suarez. So
the actual playoffs right now as we head down into turn 1, and caution's out. Yes, caution's out. We have a wreck on the front straightaway. It's in the back. It's Kaz Gralla. Here's a look at what happened. We said it might happen out of turn 4, and sure enough it does. Cody Ware and Harrison Burton come together into the outside while it turns into a multi-car incident there. Some heavy hits there. Kaz Gralla there gets shot at the inside by Ty Dillon, and many cars involved right there, all ignited from Cody Ware and Harrison Burton. Now here comes Kyle Busch as well in the background there, slipping into the picture here. Now it could be his final season there with Joe Gibbs Racing. Still no confirmation. In the background, we got an accident again on the exit of turn 4. Many drivers there. William Byron, Almirola, Truex, multiple cars, Corey LaJoie, good heavens, Joey Logano as well, Harrison Burton and Cody Ware, who ignited the first incident, involved as well, and the caution flies. Cole Custer as well, big damage there. Truex, Jay, the regular season point leader now, is involved, and wow, that one certainly ignited right there. Here's a look at what happened. As you're going to see William Byron get into the 8, and then Austin Dillon follows, hits the 24, slides down to the 10, turns Almirola, and himself and many others head on into the wall. And you're going to see as well, as Jay said, ARCA brakes piling in. Look at this absolute mess down the front straight away, all because Austin Dillon getting into the 24 there. What a violent accident, and a lot of cars with heavy damage here from Michigan.
We've yet to see many people make the move work off turn 2 to the inside, but Suarez was at least able to stay to the inside there into 3 and 4. Now let's see if he tries to slide up in front of his teammate. He does not, and that allows Kyle Busch to have a peek for a moment to the inside. Suarez covers that off, and Gary, these two still side by side right now. Teammates fighting for the lead of this race, allowing some others to get involved as well, like Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell. Here comes Larson as well. I mean, this is not over by any means at all. We've got 5, 6, 7 cars under a blanket right now for the lead of this race.
Reddick trying to go up the inside. Oh, he's got a huge run to the inside of Chastain. Oh, they're going to turn. Oh, they come together. Chastain wrecks the 8 of Tyler Reddick, and multiple others. Kurt Busch, Alex Bowman get a piece of it. Blaney gets a big old full-blown just pound job there from Kurt Busch, as a caution is going to come out in Michigan, and Daniel Suarez is going to be leading. And the question is, will that end the stage? But Jay, we just saw the 1 of Chastain and the 8 of Reddick come together, and it looks like they're the...
And there goes the 9 of the 9 of Chase Elliott to the inside of Kevin Harvick. Has to try and check up going to 3 and 4, and actually might have the momentum still off the corner. He will, but it might be Harvick on the outside lane with the more momentum side by side to the line. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Kevin Harvick with another stage win in 2022. Gary, Kevin Harvick all of a sudden is having a much better season, and he's trying to run down Martin Truex Jr., who is already out in this race in Michigan. And especially when you look at a lot of the cars we have left, we still have Harvick, we still have Chase Elliott, we still have Brad Keselowski, Suarez. A lot of the guys who have been extremely fast so far in Michigan are still in this race, and then you also can't skip over Michael McDowell in the 34 as well, obviously taking advantage of some problems as well. Up in third, almost wrecking Chase Elliott right there was the 34 of McDowell, but still a pretty good run for that 34 car. And you look back here, I mean, we got maybe 12 or 13 cars that are competitive, Gary, and then the rest are just kind of straggling around this track currently. So there will be a couple, I think, that as this race goes long here in stage 3, we might see a couple of them affect our leaders, but it'll all just depend on how, if they're racing 3 or 4 wide, like you see right now with Larson and Chastain
in the points situation. So the only way he could get eliminated is because they're new winners. Larson turns the 43 into the outside wall on the exit of turn 4. Oh my goodness, Larson's own fate is decided, and all the others are about to decide it for him here as they come through down the front straightaway. He is lucky that we don't have a whole pack of cars still in this race. Here's another look at it. Kyle Larson sandwiches between the 34 and the 43, and big hits right there for all 3 drivers involved, and Larson nearly hit by the 20 of Bellin, as well as the 2 cars there on the inside. Caution flies for a 3-car incident.
With the 4, the 6, and the 11 all out front, and Kevin Harvick wants to get a win as well because he's trying to chase down Martin Truex Jr., but then Keselowski right behind him wants to get a win even more than Kevin Harvick because Keselowski needs one to get into the playoffs currently. There's no way Keselowski can point his way in, so he's at this point hoping and praying he can find his way to victory lane. And so far in Michigan, this looks like the best car he's had.
10 laps to go, and Suarez is side by side with Keselowski for that 2nd position there, and you see Harvick right now opening up a gap here by about 2 to 3 car lengths. Harvick with a comfortable lead currently, though, down into turn 1. Jay, here we go. We are already up on these lap cars. Harvick, where does he go, and where does Suarez and the rest of the pack go?
That was not what you wanted to see there if you were Harvick. You saw them go side by side, but he's able to make that pass, and then Suarez puts himself right behind the lap cars, and Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch go through. Then Blaney gets in the way of Elliott even more. That puts Kyle Busch up in a 2nd place all of a sudden out of nowhere. These guys affected the running order massively, and for Suarez, that's the worst case
and he's going to jump up again.
The 99. Yeah, he went behind them again. Daniel Suarez is hurting himself massively here. That's not going to be a good thing at all for that 99 car, who gets right on the side of the 12 car there, perhaps showing he's unhappy, but Suarez did it to himself.
Coming to the final lap, looks like he has the field to make it to the end. It looks like everybody does, but Jay, that 9 is right on the back of the 18. Oh, he's going to pull out a line instead of helping him. He's going to try and fight him for 2nd place.
Yeah, Chase Elliott might have just hurt himself and the 18 right there. The only chance they really had was to make a move together down into turn 1 stage, drafting down the back straightaway and try and push past Harvick, and Chase Elliott didn't even make the move on the 18 right there. So Kyle Busch gets the momentum off turn 2 and is all by himself now down this back straightaway for the final time, Gary. Nothing really happening, though. No pressure for Kevin Harvick from behind.
Harvick leads the way through 3 and 4 for the final time. Unless something goes wrong, it's in his hands. On the exit of turn 4, Kyle Busch closes, but it's not going to be enough. Harvick is going to come through to lead the way, and he is going to get win number 3 of the season here in Michigan over Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin, your top 5, with Keselowski settling for 6th, Chastain and Suarez 7th, and Nathan Bubba Wallace in 9th place. And after all the chaos here from Michigan Raceway, we end up still having no surprise winner and no playoff upset moments. However, of course, we did see a lot of drivers crash, and that is certainly going to spice up the bubble even more as Kevin Harvick gets win number